Before the video begins, I'd like to say viewer discretion is advised, and if you don't get the joke of me being, just being who I am, which is mostly satire content with this kind of, subject, don't complain. I mean, you're going to regardless. You're going to see the title and probably dislike it, but, whatever. But anyways, guys, it is a good old Austin-Sensei here, and, I didn't really think I'd be making a video. I do have another video coming out this week, but the Rising of the Shield Hero, and I'm going to kind of just go through, why do I think Shield Hero did so well, and obviously I'm going to talk about the salt for it. So, truth be told, to cut things short, the main reason why the Rising of the Shield Hero is so, popular is because people got triggered over it. That is a concept I don't understand. People don't get. I mean, you don't see me with, Healer Hero making a video about it. I mean, even the Giant Insect Island. I refuse to cover that stuff because I don't want to give it attention. Every time someone gives something they don't like attention, it works against them. And I mean, we saw that with Goblin Slayer. Goblin Slayer was, I guess, popular. Not as popular as Rising the Shield Hero, but I mean, come on now, guys. Really? People are acting so surprised. Why? How did it get so popular? Well, there's many factors, actually. The one I just talked about, and, the Rising of the Shield Hero has actually compelling characters that are good. And I was talking with, a friend of mine, and someone, the TV tropes obviously made a huge lie, and about how Malti has done what she has done to Nafumi to multiple people, even though, if I remember correctly, even from the web novel, that was never really mentioned, but it's a believable lie. And see, that's what I like about the Rising of the Shield Hero. These characters, it's not a good thing, but you can just make up something that they would sound like they would do, and that's when you have good characters. Aneko did such a great job on creating a really good villain. I mean, Malti doesn't go away for a while, just being honest, but spoiler alert there, but I mean, Nafumi himself, he is a character I find myself, connecting with. I have a lot of stuff I've been through my life, and, maybe one day when the channel gets bigger, I'll talk about him, but I mostly talk about that in the Discord. But, I mean, we have Raphtalia. Raphtalia brought the humanity to Nafumi, and I have a video probably coming out next month about, is Nafumi, realistic? And don't worry, you'll see. I'm going to do a real good job on that one, but obviously getting the self-plug out of there. But it's just, Nafumi is a character that a lot of people can relate to, and that's kind of the first step to building a successful series. Having a character that multiple people can connect to. I mean, that's why shonen are so popular, because, it's meant for teenagers, but sometimes, we want to live our fantasies through another person's lens and kind of just project ourselves onto these characters, and that's where, Rising the Shield Hero does stuff for people, a group of people. And I know people will say really broad terms about people that love Shield Hero, and it's just, people don't do research enough, and I'm going to stop there because I don't want to go too far into the salt yet, but, that's one factor that, the characters are just so amazing, and the story is really, really good, honestly. And I know a lot of people that love, like, MMORPGs, especially, some of the people in my server, and a YouTuber I know, a good friend of mine, but we can, hey, I remember that happened to me in, this game or that game, and you, as I said, you connect to this. That is the biggest thing for an anime. You need to connect to it, and it's crazy that people are so surprised about this whole thing. And continuing on to now the salt. Let's talk about something. As previously I talked about in this video a couple minutes ago, if you do not like something, I'm going to give you some advice. Don't talk about it. Honestly, do not write articles on it because it works against you. It always happens that way. I mean, look at the new Star Wars TV show. People are getting complaining about it. The small minority are complaining about it. And it's just, I like that Japan has this stance that America doesn't. We know they don't buy anything into it, and it's just, mentioning like the anime feminist, I understand they don't like it. They have the right to not like Shield Hero. They can call it all they want, even though most of the time it's baseless stuff, and really really, honestly, they take things out of context, never really fully explaining about what it is. And I mean, spoiler alert here, I'm going to give you a quick thing if some people don't want to read too far ahead. Volume 10, we see Nofumi literally going out of his way to save slaves, to, get rid of he's not for slavery. This man isn't. I mean, it just boggles my mind. People keep using Raphtalia as she just, has Stockholm Syndrome. No. He gave her the chance to run, to get away from him, because he himself thinks he's a villain. He does, and it's hilarious that people keep missing that point of, Rise in the Shield Hero. I mean, going to, the future volumes, I mean, the Queen herself, obviously, this volume isn't out, so heavy spoilers, but the Queen herself says that slavery needs to stop in the country. And it's this stuff that these people do not go far enough to research and complain about. And see, this is where we are. We're in a crossroads of, if you don't like it, don't talk about it. If you're going to complain about it, be actually fair to it. I mean, that's a concept that doesn't exist to those kind of people. And it's just, as I said, you have the full right to your opinion about a series. You don't have to like it. But don't make up really stupid excuses for not liking it. And if you can't watch an anime without leaving your politics out of it, don't watch anime. Anime is not for you. Anime is Japanese made. It is, not even Japanese made, but it's just like Eastern made. Those politics and their life are so different from what we have in the West. And I just wish people would kind of just accept that. I mean, come on. Now, let's hit this hard on the head. I mean, Shield Hero has been so successful. We have Volume 14 selling out day one really fast. And I mean, I still haven't even got my copy of Volume 14. That's saying something. It's so successful. I mean, we see, the Rise in the Shield Heroes manga even climbing up to, the top 10 on Bookwalker. I mean, it's just crazy. And I mean, even the light novel sales in Japan for Shield Hero got up there, and it's just, people keep just putting it down, and it's just hilarious, because we got, not one season, but we got 2 seasons, people, and they're an isekai quartet, and it's just you gotta know when to give up, honestly, and it just, I feel for the people that really hate Shield Hero to the point that they want to keep constantly making things up to put it down. And honestly, I'm happy that Shield Hero is doing so well, because I'm going to be honest, as I kept saying in my reviews, I am so surprised people liked it. I thought people wouldn't enjoy it, but it's good. And yeah, light novel purists may not think it's the best, but as I keep saying to those people, you do have to remember that, they have time restrictions, and, you can't put everything in 24 minutes in a 25, episode series or season. There's stuff that isn't as important that needs to be in there, and there's sometimes they extend stuff. I mean, I've previously talked about in the Shield Bro podcast. Check that out, by the way. That'll be probably at the end card, so check that one out. But I talk about how, they wasted time on the Pope fight, and it's just, this anime is amazing. It really is, and I find myself, rewatching, and we could get to the dub. I know people kind of bash on it. I think it's okay. It could be better, in my opinion, but it's just, Shield Hero as a package, as a whole, is just a really good anime, and I'm happy to see that, it keeps getting praise, and it keeps breaking records and topping charts, and it just, that's the effect of people hating on it. It's just, I don't get why they talk about it. It's just a foreign concept to some people. If you don't like it, don't talk about it. If you are going to talk about it, know what you're talking about, because I find myself arguing with idiots half the time on Twitter. I mean, if you really do want to see me arguing with idiots on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. Self-plugs again. But it's just, it's crazy. It really is that they argue with realistic stuff. When you're talking about a fictional story, and my final thoughts and everything on this stuff with Shield Hero, with slavery and all this stuff, false accusations happen. I know someone personal that has gone through it, and his life has never been the same. And it's just, this is the anime I'm happy because it caused a conversation to come up. And those are the animes in form of, stories that we need in this world to open up conversations that we're too uncomfortable talking about, and to talk about them and to solve the problem, not to ignore the problem. And that's why I love that Shield Hero brought that conversation up. And I mean, slavery, that's a subject that a lot of people don't like talking about because in America, we think it's over, but it really isn't. It just, my whole stance on it, if you do not like, that kind of stuff in a fictional story, go out. There is still that stuff going on in the Middle East. Go and prevent that. Don't, just be on your keyboard, because I know it is easier to be on the keyboard, but just move on with your life if you can't, that you have an issue with it, but you don't have the resolve to actually do something. I'll have more respect if someone comes to me and says, I don't like that in this thing, and I'm currently battling this, in the Middle East. I'll be mad props. At least you hate something so much to the point you have the strong resolve to go and change the world. That is something that is respectable. But most of these people that are hating on this series for political reasons in general, are just really weak people, in my opinion, because, why? Just, if you have such a big issue, go fix it. Fix it in the world. Don't be mad about a fictional character. Don't be so upset about that. It brings up stuff that we have gone through with our past, and I get that makes people uncomfortable. I mean, talking a little bit about myself here, my great-grandmother was put in the Gulag because of the Russians in World War II. And if you don't know anything like that, that's pretty bad. And I mean, research some stuff up like that. Honestly, it just, I like when we talk about stuff that is uncomfortable, because it makes the world a better place, because it opens that conversation up to have the issue resolved. Honestly, it's crazy. But anyways, guys, I'm happy. I'm really happy that Shield Hero keeps just rising above, and it did what Goblin Slayer couldn't do. I'm going to be honest. It's just really good, has good characters, and it brings up conversations people don't like to talk about, so we get this kind of salt. But overall, we get a Season 2, Season 3, Isekai Quartet. I can't wait to cover Isekai Quartet for you guys, honestly. January 14th, obviously, if you don't know about that. But, yeah, guys, obviously, I'm going to keep reviewing good old Shield Hero light novels when I get to them. And, obviously, I have a Shield Hero video coming out in January, so stick around for that one. But, anyways, guys, for all my Shield Hero people, we won. We really have won, and it's just, it feels amazing that people keep getting salty over something that isn't a actual real thing. And, let's hope that they keep hating, because this hatred fuels the whole fuel to keep going forward and bringing, I guess, a new conversation that people don't like talking about up to people. But thank you guys, honestly, for watching this video. I didn't think I would make this video. This was kind of a rant video, a sense, and not a really in-depth kind of stuff, but I wanted to get this video out before I actually release my next video. So yeah, guys, shout out to the Shield Hero Discord and Reddit. Great people in that community. We're all happy. Congrats on the 10k members in your Discord. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and this has been Austin, and I'm signing out. Peace.